All right. So thank you again and welcome all the people from Allo Millionaire and people from Martha's team. We want to welcome you in this special training. It's gonna be a training. It's gonna be Q&A, but most importantly, I believe this is more about love because this whole thing started with Kim's heart of helping people out and especially helping children, undeserved children in Africa. And I believe we feel connected with that mission. That's why when they open up to bid for this training, we didn't hesitate. So I want to thank people from my team, people from Martha's team to putting this together so we should be able to benefit from there. And I want to say huge thank you to Kim for everything that he's been doing in the Forever word, especially for those children in Uganda. And we wish we can contribute and we want to contribute so we can actually do more. So being when we opened this, when they opened the bid, Martha and everyone was putting in, and we come to be like the top two betting. And I came up with the idea, how about if we could do it gently? So instead of one person come in with something and we put it together, it can even be better. That's how we get here. So our team, Allo Millionaire, I would say it started 2 years ago. It started 2 years ago, even though I personally joined Forever a little over 14 years ago. So that was 2009 that I was given the opportunity to buy the Allo Brights. That's the product that I had to buy for my mom. I was working as a personal banker. But when I bought the product for my mom, it was so helpful. I was told that I could make some money by recommending that same product to my mom's friend and everybody else. And then that can actually set me free. So I jumped in it. I started talking to people, not really knowing what I was doing, but I was talking to people all over the place. And then they tell me I was making money. Apart from selling the product, I was making money, but they will still send me a check at the end of the month. I said, what is this? Let me look at this. So I tried to look, and within 6 months, I was already making more money part-time with Forever than I was getting paid from the bank. So I think around for a year, and then I quit. I quit my job, and then I started doing Forever. I became manager in 2011, and then I have to move to the US in 2012. So when I get to US in 2012, it was difficult. My first 2 years in America, I did not know anybody. I did not speak English, so it was not easy to do Forever. I was just trying to do anything I could do to survive. And then I put my hand into some good stuff and I start making some good money. And it's like I walk away from Forever. I've never quit. I'm still using the product, but I was not building the business until the pandemic hit in 2020. That's when I realized that when you put in your egg in one basket, you are at big risk. And I realized Forever is the ultimate place for me to not only build and make a lot of money, but to impact other people's life because I was doing things that many people could not do. So I get back to Forever in 2020 and I start developing my business again. I make the goal to qualify for Ego Manager that year, which I did. And from 2020 to now, I've developed 8 lines of managers and 27 managers in total. So that's how we have Allo Millionaire, but we're getting ready for 2023 like crazy. So this is coming at the right time, and we really want to learn from the best so we can kill the business next year. So I'm gonna hand it to Martha, who is bringing her team also, so we can learn a little bit from your story, and then we hand it to Kim.
Thank you, Christian. It's so nice to hear your story again. It's inspiring and it's surprising. You know why? Because you have joined Forever in exactly at the same year as I joined. I joined in 2009 and I became manager whenever you became manager in 2011. Funny, huh? So, and then,
Wow.
so we had very similar start. And then I was building the business. I was building the business. I just didn't know how to build it, to be honest. I was lacking skills and but slowly I was getting there. But at some point, like three and a half years ago, I was like, you know, I know that I wanna do forever, right? I know that that I can be successful here, and I know I can bring much bigger income with compared to whatever I was getting. And I started to build online. I started to build very seriously, and I started to talking to a lot of people. But I skipped my why. I skipped my why in that story, and my why was not was to quit cleaning position because I'm an immigrant, and probably like everyone here, and living in States was like a dream come true until I realized that, wow, you know, I gotta make some money for a living, to have money for paying bills, to make money for my kids, you know, for the family. So I started cleaning houses in Chicago, and nothing is wrong about the job because we can do anything. But I had a dream. I had a dream to have a job that I will be proud of, that will be giving me personal development, that will give me huge income, and forever stood upon as an opportunity for me, and I took advantage of it years back a bit. But three and a half years ago, I really decided to grow big, and this is what happened. We grew to the point that we have over 50 managers in our global team. We are called global team. So I'm very, very proud of every one of them because they are working very hard. And the fact that so many people were able to donate the money for the charity is even better, because money is one thing. It's nice that we can make money with forever and have a better living, but you guys probably will agree that paying back, giving away the money that we make as for charity is it tastes even better, right? So we were able to help a lot of kids, and also a lot of kids in Mexico. We were actually, by donating the money, we were actually packing their backpacks for school. So it's such a nice feeling that we were able to contribute with that. So with that, I am gonna head on to Kim, and we are very happy that we can learn from him. He has a great story, and I hope, Kim, you can share your story briefly with us because not many people know your story yet. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Christian and Marta. I'm Kim Madsen, and I'm sitting here in my home in Marbella in South Spain. And I'm very honored to be invited to this incredible opportunity to see how two crosslines are teaming up and working in the spirit of Rex, the founder of the company. When he did the idea with all the rallies for creating friendship and to show, as you were already telling, that the power of forever is the power of love. And if we work together as one team, as Forever Living, never mind if we are called a global team or millionaire team or A team or gold team or silver team, whatever, we are all on the same mission and building the same company. So, so I'm very excited to be a part of your journey, and I will do my best to share some of my experiences the last 24 years in Forever Living. And so if I could start share my screen, I will do this. I have prepared a little PowerPoint. Let me see. This one. Here you have my Forever CV. I'm a diamond manager. I have been a top 10 world leader for I don't know how many years, and I live in Dubai, but I moved recently, a couple of years ago. I moved my family to South Spain, as I wanted a better social life for my children. Instead of them only meeting maids and drivers, I want them to meet, to have what I will call a social life, that where you have friends and play dates and sleepovers and a smaller school. So Dubai is, I have still my apartment there, but less and less in Dubai and more here in Marbella. Whenever I'm not traveling, because in forever living you have to get used to travel. You will be able to travel a lot rest of your life if you start qualify Eagle and Chairman bonus and 1500cc, etc. You will be invited 2 times a year on travels. So so you have to like traveling, and when you start move your way up to the world top, you will get a lot of invitation around the world to share your stories and experience paid by forever. So yeah, I am married to Sophie. Sophie is from Uganda, and she was my bankier when I opened up my account to open up my charity 13 years ago, and she's still trying to take care of my money, but then not in the bank anymore. So and she was like you, Christian. She joined the business, and very fast she earned more money in forever than she earned in the bank, and became one of my frontline managers. She also helped me found my charity back in the days, because she had questions about why I want to open up the account, and I told her that because I want to put some of these orphans and street kids to school and give them education and try to change their future and their lives and guide them to be going from no one to someone, so they can become heroes in their own stories. And that's is my still up to this day my biggest passion. Right now I have 15 in university. I have several graduated, and I have these kids since the last 13 years. So we've been supporting 172 kids and youth now during the last 13 years. So so that's my legacy. I became manager. I have five kids, yes, from Sydney. She's 2 years old. Brooklyn, 6. Paris, 8. Julia, 18, and Oliver, 25 years old. So I became manager in 18 days back in the days. This was without Facebook or social media, or this was knocking doors and by telefax. So that was a different way. That was the old school with and I can still be amazed that I actually did it in 18 days, because I had no idea at that time it was fast, because nobody told me. We could not check our CCs. We didn't, it was on a piece of paper we were writing down. My very first month was November 98, and I did 180 cc. So that was a fast start, and to be honest, I was not sleeping this month. I think I was just sleeping take some naps in my car, just move around in Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. And I'm originally Danish, by the way. So I became member on GLT in 2007. This was the first year they founded GLT, and I've been there ever since. We are only 4 members who's been there since the beginning. I have done level 3 German bonus 18 times, and level 2 2 times. So of course it has been a very big impact of my income. And I have done millions and millions of dollars in German bonuses. So I can of course recommend German bonus. This is where you go from good to great, is when you go from eagle to German bonus. Forever to drive, I did that level 3 after 5 months. So I rejected level 1 and 2 and went on level 3 within 5 months. I'm one of the 5 diamond sapphire eagles ever in the world, in the history of forever. Yeah, if you want a good picture of my life, you just follow me on Instagram. I'm really, really bad in Instagram, just to warn you. But I'm trying to keep up because this is where my kids and family are following me also. So so you can follow me there. And this is one of the first German bonus checks. And you can see Greg was still young. And we are not allowed to show checks anymore. If not, I would have showed you all my checks, because of course I have them on my photos. But it has been it's been an average about $400,000 each check, if we take the average. It's been a really extra income. And of course you get excited when you get your checks. You will know that when you will pick up your checks. And when you sit as a new FBO, like probably some of you, supervisor or whatever, it can be really difficult to picture yourself picking up these big checks. But I just want to tell you from my personal experience, it is possible. So go and do it and think big. Yes, you can start on level 1 and 2, but the fun starts at level 3. There's about 10, 12 people or top leaders in the world who do level 3. So it is difficult, but it is possible. I'm not made of steel, and I don't have 6 legs and 4 arms and 5 eyes. I'm just a normal human being like you guys. My story is quite I think everyone carries a good story, so I think it's very important that you always share your stories to make people see that we are normal people. You know, we are not we just ordinary people who got an extraordinary opportunity. When I was a young kid, 8 years old, my mother got very sick of depression. My father left us, and I was living in an orphanage because nobody in my family could take care of me, and my younger siblings was put in foster care. So I think this is where the seed was put in me, that I have to help unprivileged kids where nobody believes in them. So when you live in an orphanage, or you live as an orphan, or in the streets of Uganda, wherever you are finding, you have like a stamp saying you're no one. Nobody believes in your future. Nobody believes in you, and nobody wanna invest in you at all. So this is where you find yourself on your own. And I decided that time, 8 years old, that I want to be a millionaire. I want to be successful. I want to travel the world. I believed I will be successful. I will live in a bigger house than the orphanage. I wanna even drive limousine. I will have horses, yachts, whatever. So, and of course, I was dreaming that time about being a professional football player, like everyone else was in that age. So and of course I was bullied, and everyone was laughing at me. But thank God, in the end, my mother was remarried, and we became a family again, and we grew up. They were married 44 years until my mother died 3 years ago, and I fulfilled all my dreams. Even nobody believes in me. I was strong enough to believe in myself, even in that young age. I never got an education. I got my driver license, and I have my certificate of sailing boats. That's all, but that was enough for me to start seeing the world. So I was a sailor, a commercial sailor, from I was 17. So I got to see the world, and then as I had no education, there was not a lot of jobs when I stopped sailing 6-7 years later. So I've been having my own small businesses since I was 24, and never had a job, only trying to do small businesses, whatever I could buy cheaper that I could sell. So I became a good sales person, selling insurances, selling all kind, whatever I could sell. I was on top of it. So I get into network marketing. I started in Herbalife about 30 years ago, and was in Herbalife a couple of years. Then I went to Quorum, which unfortunately went bankrupt, and then I was introduced to Forever. So 24 years ago. As I had no income, there was only one way, and that was to move fast, which I did. I was among the pioneers in Forever, so nobody knew our products. And I think many of you guys who's in US, as in neighborhoods where nobody knows about Forever. I guess that's correct. Now we have a good history. We're 44 years, and we have proven ourselves, and we are a $1 billion company. And I built up Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and Finland, and the Baltics, Greenland, Faroe Island, and East and West Africa, Middle East. So I have a team of 228,000 people now around the world. So you can imagine, from starting with one starter box, that it has made that crazy impact that so many people has touched Forever and changed their lives. It's because of my decision 24 years ago. So, and you will reach a point where it's totally out of control, where your team just grow and grow and grow. But in the beginning, it takes a lot of hard work. So I just want to make a heavy disclaimer that when you hear about lifestyle, when you hear about the top leaders, the millionaires in Forever, and etc., it is hard work, and it takes a lot of focus. You need to be brave and fearless, and you need to believe in yourself, but more important, believe in other people in their other people's potential and talents. And sometimes you'll be scared. You believe more in other people than they believe in themselves. And that's the toughest part for me, is that when I'm sitting in front of people and I see all the potential, but they don't see it themselves. So you have this great opportunity, but it's like they don't believe it. They believe you, but they don't believe they can do it. And this is because we are too many times in our life told that you cannot, or people have been bullying or laughing at you, or trying to tell that you're not good enough, and etc. And I just want to tell you one thing: that don't ever join that prison. The biggest prison in life is to be afraid of what other people think about you. This is their problem, never yours. Just believe in this opportunity you have forever living here. You have the greatest opportunity you can ever put in your hands or in other hands. And I could talk days about why forever. But I can tell you in 24 years, I have not even had one day where I was disappointed about forever. So it's a fantastic relation. And it starts with you come to forever, you're a little skeptic. When people buy the products, can I sell it? Can I recruit someone? Is it good products? Is it value for money? And you know, you have all this skepticism. And then when you realize the products are extremely good, people will buy it, they're happy for it, and you will be able to recruit and build a team. So little by little, you'll be the one coming to forever, but when forever comes to you, this is where the journey begins. This is where you will see yourself grow, when you get the confidence that this is correct, this is true, this is real, and you can do it. So promise me just to believe as much in yourself as you believe in others, or the other way around. That was actually in South Africa, one of my biggest checks. But to get recognized on stage, it doesn't really matter if it's $2,000 or $200,000 or $1 million, but to get recognized for something you have qualified and worked hard for. This is one of the biggest moments you can get. This is where you really understand that you are special and you're good and you did it. And it's like you get addicted to it. I can recommend to get addicted to get these checks. Now we will never get again real checks because it's now forbidden by law. But we will get it on, we got it in Abu Dhabi on our phones. It comes as a text message. When Greg, he opened up the checks, ping, we had it on our phones. That was crazy. So this is my house here in Marbella, this house I'm sitting in right now. I have some other properties also, but this is where my family are and I am most of my time. It is in the south of Spain. I think it's about the same as in Florida. We just don't have all the hurricanes here. We are in the Mediterranean, and I have a nice lifestyle, but I can also justify it. So I'm not really, you know, after being in the top this many years, for me, it's not about recognition and money anymore. It was in the beginning, and it should be, but now it's more about creating legacy and pass on the legacy of Rex, the spirit of Rex. I feel liable. I feel it's one of the top leaders' responsibilities to pass on the good values and the good principes, and so Rex will be proud of what we are doing still. And for all of you who have never met Rex, that's why I feel us who know him very well. I've been traveling with him all these years, and been in his house, been with him and his family, traveling with Greg the last 24 years. He's nearly the same age as me, and with Aiden and all these great guys I see like my brothers, and Rex was like a father to me. So for me to pass on his legacy, good spirit, and values and principles, I felt this is what's important for me now, that I am so privileged I can be a part of you by sharing some of my tips and knowledge. So I've been on the stage all over the world, speaking and sharing and motivating, inspiring, working with people's mindset the last 24 years and forever. So it's a privilege for me. When I stopped sailing, I told my captain, because he was a really bad guy, very arrogant and very annoying. And so I told him that I quit, and he said, no, always a sailor. You know, once a sailor, always a sailor. You'll come back. Just wait and see. Many has left the ship, but they come back again, sailing. I said, whenever I come back sailing, it will be in my own boat, I told him. So, and he was, of course, laughing. So I have had a couple of boats. Last one here is, I just made a short video so you can see it here. Let me see if I can. As you see, it's a beautiful yacht, and of course the name is Forever Living, because it's Forever who paid for it. So, and front row for the banners, hardest in the whole. And I'm front row with my neighbors are Christian Gabbana and Louis Vuitton, all the big brands is my neighbors at the yacht. So so you can imagine that the branding awareness is really good, and it's a perfect place to recruit. So when you become diamond or GLT member or level 3 qualifier, I can recommend you to buy a yacht and start moving your office there. So a big decision for me in the morning if I should put my laptop to the yacht and work, or I should stay in my garden. It's two beautiful places. So and we have 300 days of here in South Spain. So it's my charity in 5-star hotels or in big rallies, because this is not really me, to be honest. You will never see me with a Rolex watch or in a nice Lamborghini or anything that doesn't really make sense. But my Rolex watches, they have school uniforms, and I spend a lot of my money here in my charity in Uganda. So when we talk about Africa, I can guarantee you I know what we're talking about, Christian. So I love Africa. You will always, whenever, if you ever visit or anyone visit Africa, a piece of your heart will stay there. I guarantee you.
Yeah,
this is it's a blessing to meet the people, these kids who have nothing. You know, they are from the slum in Katanga, one of the biggest slum, and this is where I am here. in East Africa, in Kampala, and even they have nothing, they are still more happy than my kids. And my kids can reflect how come they can be so happy having nothing. And I can reflect how my kids sometimes can be so depressed. So that's nice. I'm just in a moment organizing the richest and the biggest private school in Spain. I'm bringing 100 students to Uganda in the summer, so they can get a small wake-up call and do charity. So charity is a big thing for me. I'm also the ambassador of the Rex Morgan Foundation. I work very closely with Syria, Charles Greg of the foundation. So that was how we met, did the white party and did some fundraising. I can give you a short story what we're doing in my NGO. I meet David here. This is one of our kids. He's born with AIDS. Because he's born with AIDS, he was abandoned from the family because there was no reason in the villages in Uganda. It's very primitive. So if they don't see there's any future in you, they don't. Why should they feed you? Why should they put you in school? Because you will not survive anyway. So what can you bring? And David had a dream to be an engineer, but then his parents died of AIDS. And he was left with his grandmother and some siblings who was strong and fresh. So I got to know about David, and I met him in 2017, and he was only 21 kilos, 16 years old, and actually dying, trying to get some mangoes and survive. I got him to a hospital. I had to go to 3 hospitals to get him admitted because the 2 first they rejected. They said his organ is destroyed. He cannot survive 14 days. So why are you bringing him here? I said, because this is a young guy. His name is David. He want to be an engineer. And I have promised him that he's going to be an engineer. And they were laughing at me. So the 3rd hospital, they took him, and I have to pay 3 months up front. I remember sitting at the hospital bed with David, and I showed him that I'm quite overweighted, so I know all about getting fat, and I promised him I will share my experience of how to get fat. And he was smiling even how sick he was, and say, I believe in you, Kim, Uncle Kim, I believe in you. I said, you have to. And this is 5 months later. This is David. You can see I wear my diamond ring. And this is maybe the proudest moment I have wear my diamond ring, because David is now back in school. I pay his school fees in boarding, and he will become an engineer. This is 5 years ago now. So he's on his way. So I'm just reflecting, because I bought this starter package, I've literally saved this young kid's life and gave him a new future. Isn't that better than a Lamborghini or a Rolex watch? I believe so. For me, it is. It makes me happy, and it makes me proud, and it makes my family and friends and children proud, but also my team, because my team, they see what I do. They don't, and they want to, they support me, and they support the charity, of course, and they support, many of them have done their own charities, which is super good. So that's why I love when you guys have donated money to the Riksmorgen Foundation and to my NGO, because we have my NGO is approved in forever. They know that it's transparent. They know that it goes purpose and education. So we go hand in hand. The Riksmorgen encourage everyone to do something. So I can encourage you to round up on your bonus checks, on your orders, and I can encourage you to pay, let's say, $10, $20 from your bonus check. They draw to
Kim, you're cracking up a little bit. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I think it's the network something.
So do that,
It's everywhere.
and your big house when you all sense. This is
Yeah,
in
it's
Uganda,
telling me
in
that-
Kampala. In my
Yeah, Kim.
NGO, we had
Kim?
give them all. So yes, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think something with the network. You're cracking up. We've been missing. We couldn't hear you for like 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay, how is it now?
Good. It's better now.
All right. Sorry. Okay. If it happens again, just put up your finger.
Yes.
Maybe it's because I'm on my 4G here. I'm just shifting a new internet for tomorrow. So let's hope it will work out.
Got it.
So we do a yearly Christmas party. This is the only time of the year they get a soda, the kids. They get half-liter cola. And the only time of the year where they get all the food they can ever eat.
Somebody, 1 second. Somebody's drawing on the screen. So
Yeah.
Kim, I think you could do that. You could just go in more and disable the annotation. Somebody is
Yeah.
Oh. How can they draw on the screen?
yeah, it's like they're trying to see, or because they were not hearing, so they but you could control that. You go to more, and then you will see in the menu somewhere it says disable annotation from others, and then it could stop. All right, let's continue.
Okay. So if you can scan this, you can help also donate to the Christmas party. You know, I will encourage you a lot to use QR codes, because since the last 2-3 years, all mobile phone cameras can work with QR codes. So when we're going to talk about doing your links for the link builder and do your eShop, etc., make QR codes, because QR codes you can put on your car, you can put on everywhere, and it's much easier to put your camera to the QR code than remembering a website. So do this, use QR codes. It's a really good idea. And you can make QR codes for free if you just Google QR code creator, scanner, whatever. Yeah. So let's talk about belief. We talk about the believing in your true potential, but what is your true potential? What do you see in the mirror? Do you see the diamond manager and the level 3 GLT qualifier? Or do you see an assistant supervisor or supervisor? What do you see? So I want you to think big and see that you are much, much stronger than what other people can see, or what even you can see. So really think big. Let all the other people live their small lives, but you will live your life, and you will think big. That's also how you got to Eagle. This is how you get to any position in the marketing plan, is to believe and think bigger. Many says, what is the first step you should do when you start as a new FBO? I would say first step to manager is a great thing, but manager is not your first goal. Your first goal in the marketing plan is Eagle manager, because Eagle manager earns in average the double of a manager. So, and this is where the travel starts and where the fun starts. So your first step is Eagle, and then you can look for Diamond after, and Chairman bonus, because Chairman bonus, you need a 600 cases qualifier. So when you become an Eagle, your upline will have a 600 cases qualifier, because you do 720 cc's. So, so when you start look for Eagles in your team, you're already on your way to Chairman bonus. So that's why I was among the leaders in 2000, was it 9, 10, where we created the Eagle program. That is one of my big thing in Forever. I was a part of creating the Eagle program, which is a very powerful program, because it leads to Chairman bonus and double the income. So some says to me, but my family is not supporting me. My friends are not supporting me. My upline, my sponsor, nobody is helping me. My colleagues is not helping me. But listen, you don't need any of these guys to succeed. You don't need an upline. You need a downline. You understand that? You need a team. You have to build a team. There is nobody in my team who's my old friends from school. You know, this is in Forever. You meet friends, you meet strangers, and then they become friends. Later, they'll be like a family. You can imagine. Now I know for sure that Christian and Martha will qualify again for Eagle. Maybe they'll qualify Chairman bonus. Maybe they'll qualify 1500 cc, etc. It means that I'm going to travel with you guys rest of our lives. That's quite cool, you know. So every time we meet, we have memories. It's like family reunion. We have a lot to talk about. You remember in Cancun, you remember the white party, you remember you know, you understand. And that's how when I meet Greg and Rex, or not Rex anymore, unfortunately, but the whole family, or all the executives or whatever, they are like family for me. I've been traveling with them half of my life. So, and that's the journey you're on. Success is not a destination, it is a journey. So when people say, if I will ever retire, I say, retire from what? I'm not working. This is lifestyle. You retire from a work, you don't lifestyle. This is like a golfer. Would he ever retire from golfing? I don't think so. I told Sophie that whenever the day comes, I'm not here anymore, you can put on my tombstone that I'm finally retired. That's the day I'm retired. I'm forever until my last breath, that's for sure. We talk about that already. Never give up. You know, you have the power. Who can imagine this massive tree in the future? It can even break through asphalt, even how tiny it is. Are you getting me? There's nothing you cannot do. You have the power to do it. It can feel impossible, I agree. Sometimes it feels impossible. But impossible means I'm possible. And then we might rescue the next one. It is constant hard work, and you will feel lonely, because you don't understand why the family and friends and everyone around you don't see it. You know, they're just, yeah, that's good. You know, they don't really, they might not be your customers. They might be, depends how you put it out. So it is a tough journey, but it's worth it. I guarantee you. So much is waiting. It's absolutely worth it. The hard work you did to come to qualify Eagle, I'm sure you will say it was worth it, but that's only the beginning. For you who's in the team, a millionaire team or Allo Millionaire team, or in what is it, global team? Believe it and believe you can do it, because you can. It's proven already around the world. You know that every day there's about 3,000 FBOs joining forever. Every day, 365 days. Every day, yesterday, today, tomorrow, 3,000 is joining around the world. Every 3,000 knows how to use and Google and research and investigate. So there's a reason why they're joining forever. After 44 years, still 3,000 every day is joining. This is incredible. So, so don't let others recruit the people you know. Do it yourself. Invite them. You don't have to keep on following them up, whatever. Give them the opportunity, yes or no. Have courage. Courage is like, somebody will say, Kim, when you're on stage, are you not nervous or stressed, or don't you fear, whatever? No, I don't fear. I have no stress, and I'm not nervous. I know I'm the best. I know what I can. Enjoy the ride. That's how I see it. I don't fear anything. I have no fear. I have no limits. Sometimes it's a problem, I agree, but not my problem, other people's problem. So I can navigate any storm. So I have no, so have courage and be brave, like the little cat here, or have discipline, like the dogs. This could be Christian and Martha with your teams. It could be Greg. It could be Rex when he was alive. It could be Aiden, or forever in general. Care and make sure you have a new generation always on its way. Dreams, yes, this could be your garage.
You're breaking off again, Kim. Coach, could you test him?
He says show the finger.
Several cars,
Okay.
because I don't need to sell them. We have a
Man,
Oh. Yes, Kim, you muted. We lost your screen and then you muted. And we couldn't hear for like a minute.
One of the co-hosts can unmute him, I think.
yeah, I'm sending him to unmute.
He's a co-host too, maybe.
Mm-hmm. How about you call or text him?
I think he's trying. Let me see.
Okay, I'm on again. I just couldn't find my arrow when I was sharing my screen.
Oh, okay.
All right, do you see my screen?
Okay. Not yet.
Yes, not yet.
Okay, so to go to the top and get all your dreams real, you need to be aware that someone is ready to beat you up. And you should be ready to be beat up, because people will disappoint you. They will try to stop you. They will bullying you. They will, and you have all your fears, your doubt. That's all the rejection, and just be aware of it. When you're aware of it, you can navigate. It is not an easy ride you're on, but it's worth it. So another advice to you: don't ever accept excuses. Every people in this planet has tough times. Life goes up and down. That's normal. Even the richest people have
We totally lost you.
Maybe he should disconnect and come back.
No, it's so easy. Get sorry for yourself and start crying. Get all everyone who knows you will also.
Yeah,
There we go.
I think he's gonna come back.
4G. My 4G is not
Okay.
good here. All right. So don't accept excuses. It doesn't pay your bills. It doesn't give you more CC. It doesn't bring you to this Eagle, CB, however. I have never heard about anyone successful who got successful by accepting excuses. There is no excuses for not succeeding. This is a proven concept. Forever living is a proven concept in plus 160 countries the last 44 years. It is proven, even in the poorest countries in the world, we can build a successful forever business. So don't ever excuse yourself or accept excuses. It leads only to failure. So see any challenges as a challenge. That's my advice to you. All the people out there, you know, I love this one. If you think it's a scam, just remind you, I'm still getting paid. If you think it's too good to be true, I'm still getting paid. If you join me, we both get paid. If you don't join me, I'm still getting paid. And this is for you to understand that 80% of the people out there will never join.
Are you sharing your screen? If you're sharing the screen, we're not seeing it. Or you stop sharing. Yeah, we're not seeing the screen.
Try again. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
That's better?
Yes.
Sorry.
We gotta get back to where we were talking about excuses.
I will come there.
From the excuses.
They are here. Sorry, my connection is not too good.
I think we should go two slides further. We didn't see the beautiful car.
This one.
Yeah, the slide before. Go to the slide before. Yes, that's where we were.
See? Let me do play. All right. That was the garage that you can dream about. And here's the car that could be in the garage. And here's all the guys who's ready to beat you up. And who will definitely do their part for you not to succeed. So don't let them win. Show them that you will do it, and don't accept any excuses. The products are not too expensive. It's not too late. It's not, you can do it, and it is healthy, and the products will work for everyone. And you can recruit, and you can do it every day. We have new managers, new seniors, new staff around the world after 44 years. I can tell you that the number one in Middle East right now is only 20 years old. And Forever Living has been in the Middle East the last 25 years. So 5 years before this guy was born, Forever Living started in Middle East. So it's not too late when you 25 as a 20-year-old could be number one. As we saw in Cancun, the number one in India is only 23 years old, and the youngest diamond sapphire in the world in the history of Forever. Number two in the world, we saw her also in Cancun, is Tsunami. She's 35 years old, born 5 years after Japan opened, and now number two in the world. So it is never too late. It's all about mindset. It's all about how you build your business, and all about if you're ready to do the job. So this is the slide I talk about, that if you think it's a scam, I'm still getting paid. If you think it's too good to be true, I'm still getting paid. If you join me, we're both getting paid. If you don't join me, I'm still getting paid. So to remind you that 80% of the people out there will never join your business. Never. They can't see it. 15%, they might think about it, but only 5% will do it. That's the rule. So in this room, we have only 5%ers. But the 80%ers is really good customers. So they will be loyal to you. They will buy your products. They will enjoy the products, but they cannot see themselves doing the business. Create the lives that you can't wait to wake up to. That's one of my biggest advices. Wake up with a smile, enjoy every day, enjoy what you're doing, have good relations around you, and always have something positive to look forward to every single day of your life. So if you go to bed with a smile because you can't wait to wake up, because another exciting day is waiting, and you wake up with a smile, you are there. You can never, I promise you, happy people. By science, it's proven that we live 10 years longer. So live long and be happy. Prepare the new generation. As I told you, many of you in this Zoom call here, I guess, is new in the business. Am I right? And believe that, you have to go out and recruit and build a new generation. We need in the whole world a new generation. We need new 20-year-old become number one in US, or 23-year-old become number one in South Africa. Or we need new young people, but we also need matured leaders who's also, you don't have to be young to be the new generation. You can also be 17 years old and be the new generation. So we just need new blood to come in. Why I talk about the young ones here, the baby ones, is because they are they are much more experienced in the digital business than I am. Example is, okay, we are digital now, but when it comes to Snapchat and TikTok and Instagram, I have to be honest, I'm really not good at it. But then I have to recruit someone who's good at it. So I'm recruiting people who have followers. My latest frontline has 2.7 million followers. The previous one has 1 million followers on Instagram, and they know all about Instagram. So let them do the work. As long as I'm in my front line, in my team, I'm fine. So so that's the new generation. But the problem with those building the digital business is they are really disabled because they cannot build relations. They can only build digital relations, where when we or me from the old school who love to talk to people and meet people, like Rex did or my generation do, we are creating long life relations. That's why it's so good to qualify for all the incentives and to join all success days, is to create relations or do local business presentation, do something offline also. Drop shipping, it's very well known, and for me, it's like a dream that we in Forever Living are now drop shipping. We are drop shipping. Drop shipping means that you don't need to invest in your own warehouse of products. You can only buy products just to support your local area, but you can build a business from your home where you're sitting right now. You can build a business in Sydney, Australia, or you can build a business or have customers in Copenhagen, or you can have customers in London, and while you're building a team in Dubai, from where you're sitting, only by using a link or a QR code, because the link turns into a QR code. Whoever is taking care of the rest, they ship the products directly to the end consumer. And you're paid from the marketing plan, from the profit. This is a no-brainer. It means that whoever you share the link with, if they click on the link, buy products, it's just as simple as on Amazon or other. And then the Forever Living send the product directly to the end consumer, and you get the profit. If you want to sell products, any manufacturer, any company, anyone who want to sell products on Amazon, they'll have to pay between 20 and 30% commission to Amazon to use their sales channel. In Forever, it's the other way around. Forever will pay you 30% for you to bring customers. So you are the Amazon here. So it's quite different. And this is very, very attractive to the young generation. Maybe some of you guys have teenagers, I guess so, who wants for Christmas a new iPhone 14. Could that be a reality? I guess so. My daughter Julia, she also won an iPhone 14, and I don't get it because she has an iPhone 12, and I think it's nice, like mine. I don't see the need, but for her it's very important. I say, Julia, I will pay you half. The other half, you share my link to all your friends on Snapchat, TikTok, or wherever you are, because they have a lot of friends, thousands of friends around in their social media. And I said, you share it, and whatever comes out of it, you get 30% of the sales, and you will help me keep a record. So now she's really into my business. Before, she's not really interested, but now I can guarantee you when there's an iPhone 14 to work for, she's working hard to share the link. The funny part is that some of her classmates is complaining to their parents why they they also want a link to share. So the parents are kind of under pressure to get an ID number now. So they are teenagers also can work for a new iPhone. So they get kind of jealous on Julia that she has this link to make money. And this is super good for my non-manager business and my customers, because I have never ever focused on customers. I'm recruiting, I'm building the team. I get nearly shocked when I get customers now, and I do nothing. It's so cool. Just a link. You can do a Black Friday now with your link and give them 5 to 15% discount, or Christmas or whatever. You can put up to 20 on these end consumer links. So and you can make all different links in different categories. So up to January, you can make links that goes directly to the C9 or the DX4 or whatever. Then this was an example of my latest product. I got a few customers, not very big, because I posted on Facebook also, and it doesn't really work for me because I'm not really good in all these hashtagging and Insta shopping and clicking and all this, but just for fun, because I have never really focused on customers. But now I find it very easy, and then I can later recruit some of these new customers. And then I have Kim's Jule shop. It means Christmas shop. That's a Danish. So now they just scan. So my daughter can go around with her phone, and they can just scan on her phone. They go directly in the shop. They take a photo. They go to their parents, click, they scan, and they're in my shop. This is absolutely genius. This is so cool, and you can even do a campaign in Scottsdale. If you don't do it, I will do it, just to make fun with the VPs in there. So I could burn down Scottsdale with on social media just to have some fun. So, but you can do that all over the world. I fear if I do it, you'll start burn down my bears. So I better be careful here. So, what about small influencers? Influencers, they are really influencers. They're really powerful. But these teenagers is crazy. My daughter has like 3,000 followers on Instagram, and I don't know how many on TikTok and all this. But and the big influencers, now we can talk about small influencers, but the big influencers, they used to get paid. Now to be a big influencer, you need millions of followers, so it's a tough world for them. But those with 100,000 followers, Sony will contact them and give them a new Sony something to forward their campaign or whatever. But they're used to when I recruited these influencers, I have my friend, they were nearly fainting when I told them to buy their own starter package. They have to start their own journey. I said, you need to. How do we get started? They say, you buy a starter package, but you have to give it to me. They say, the company need to give it to me. I say, how many customers can you bring me? And one said, I can bring you easily 1,000 customers. I said, cool. And you want to charge me a starter package? Or no, my fee is $1,300. Say, cool. So if I do a DX4 campaign with our new detox, you can bring me how many customers? It's a $200 package. I can bring you 200. Maybe I can bring you 500. Say, cool. That's 250 cc. I would be more than happy, and I will earn a lot of money. I will do at least $50,000 on this campaign, or 40,000 if you are new. So I bring you $1,300. You bring me 40,000. It sounds like a good deal for me. But why not make the $40,000 yourself? Because when you ask for money, you're thinking affiliate. This is not affiliate. Affiliate is when you bring your followers to me as customers. Then it's my customers. But if you buy the starter package and get your own link, you will be the one making all the money. And these customers will be your customers the rest of your life. So what do we say? You want to give me the customers and all the business, or you want to buy a starter package of $400? They bought the starter package at $400 and they were not complaining, because this is the big one. What about the small ones? If my daughter with, let's say she has 1,000 followers, just an example. If this can bring me 20 customers, and these 20 customers is going to buy Christmas presents because of our Christmas campaign, they will buy at least an average $100 in Christmas presents, or if it was companies or whatever. So it'll bring me a business of $2,000 in turnover. This will give a profit with 30% as a new FBO. Or my daughter, it will get her $600 for her new iPhone 14 with 1,000 followers. Now, if it's 2,000, 3,000, or 10,000 or more, you cannot really double it up because the algorithm takes care of that. Not too many will see it as more followers you get, but still, the small influencers can have a nice extra income by using their own link, or your teenagers can use your link. So then we were only talking about these for one product or Christmas sale, but these customers are yours the rest of your life, and maybe one day they will have their own link and become an FBO and sign up. Cool, let them do that. How about all these reality Ex on the Beach and Paradise and Robinson, all these in America, you're famous for all these reality shows. It's creating thousands and thousands of influencers. Help them make some good money instead of all the agents who's taking half of the money they make for them. What about football players, baseball players? What about every single one who have followers? Because this is what 2022 is about: followers, influence. We cannot turn our eyes, because if you take the 23-year-old who's #1 in India, it's because he uses digital. He's good in social media. #1 in Middle East, he's good in social media. Honami, she recruited 2,500 assistant supervisor frontlines in 24 months. She is the fastest ever triple diamond. Does she know her team? No, she don't know them. She don't meet with them. It's all digital. I would not like it. I love to meet people, but I don't mind having someone in my team who do it and get them as a part of my business. So I just want you to be aware that this is where things are happening. And in US, it's happening much faster than the rest of the world, because we usually copy you. Let's talk about old school here in the end. How I love recruiting, what I do, and what I'm really good at. And that's recruiting offline, meeting people. And I could open up because what I want to do is I want to show you how you can do a 1-minute complete presentation of the business. A complete business presentation that takes only 1 minute. Usually people spend 1 hour, 2 hours, plus driving, plus moving to explain the business, but that's a complete waste of time, because the 5%ers, you will find them in 1 minute. You don't need to spend 1 hour or 2 hours to convince someone. So if it only takes 1 minute to do a complete business presentation, how many business presentation could you do on a daily basis? Leisure time. I guess a lot. So my opening sentence could be, would you give me a minute of your time if I in 1 minute can show you a business opportunity that can give you about $500 per month within the next 3 months. I don't talk about thousands or lifestyle or cars or whatever. I talk about something everyone can relate to and something I can promise them that they will 100% achieve if they follow my advice. So this is a pitch, as we call it in old school, that nobody can reject. Everyone has a minute. Go to the coffee vendor machine or wherever, or where, everywhere there's people, they can give you 1 minute. Am I right? So if people say yes, I think 10 out of 10 will say yes here. You go to your 1 minute presentation. Now, I think it's the first time in US I'm sharing the 1 minute presentation. So if I give it,
I can. We're still losing you. So if you can
you
talk,
five,
Kim.
do you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I need a commitment from you that if I teach you the 1 minute presentation, I want you to do it minimum 5 times a day. It's only 5 minutes. Is that an agreement?
Yes.
Yes.
Thumbs up.
Definitely.
I don't want to waste my time here. I want to talk to people who really want to have success.
Definitely, that's
So
good.
let me give you my best. This is my best ammunition I can give you because it has made me very successful because I use it all the time. And I will also give you an example how I use it. So let's go to the 1 minute presentation. This business is so simple that you don't have to change. You will, example, have to continue recommending all that excites you. I'll recommend you to take a photo now or screenshot. Continue recommend all that excites you, like restaurant, books, movies, etc. This is something everyone can do and we do on a daily basis. This business is world leading in its industry and it has plus 100 exciting world leading products that I recommend to other people that I care about, products that make the difference on other people. If not, I'll give them the money, they'll get their money back. We have a 30-day money back guarantee. So you will not need any warehouse, any staff, any shop, and the license is free. People will often think this sounds too good to be true, but this is the truth, especially now with our digital e-commerce. The only thing you have to do is to give away 5 free samples every day, the next 3 months, and you will have enough customers. This was from a training in India, I can see rupees. Okay, you will have enough to make $500 every month. Why do I not talk about MLM, forever living, aloe vera, etc.? Because it's not relevant. People, they don't care. What they care about is what's in it for me. Can I do it? And is it legal? This is what they care about. The 5%ers, the one you want to recruit, those who want to do the business, those of you who are sitting here watching my training, it doesn't matter if it took 10 hours or 1 minute. If you like the idea, you're in. Okay, so when I close it by saying, do you want to join me? If people say yes, I will make a new meeting and I will do a business presentation of how to get started. And then we will talk about CC. Then we will talk about some of the wider products and the marketing plan. And then I will give you, before we meet, a PDF or a video with first step to manager. I will about the marketing plan, so you can be prepared to when we meet. But to get the yes to get started, it doesn't take more than this 1 minute. You don't need to copy my text. You can customize your own text so it fits to you, how you like to present it. But don't make any MLM for our living or aloe vera, because it leads to more questions. And now you are over your minute. You're getting me. So if people say no, do I really care? No way, it took only a minute. If they say no after 2 hours of presenting the business and the products and me driving and moving, I'm a little annoyed. I wasted my time. But after 1 minute, I don't care. Next. 1 minute later, next. 1 minute later, next. And then suddenly someone say, yes, cool, let's sit down. Let's talk about how to get started. So you have a lot of shopping malls, am I right, in US, big shopping malls.
Yeah.
Go over there and ask people, excuse me, what is the time? They will say, it's 1:30. Thank you. By the way, why are you not a forever business owner? And then you put your smile on. And they will say, they will reply, what is a forever business owner? You know, it has nothing to do about the time. It's just to get the conversation starting here. And they will say, what is a forever business owner? I say, it's really funny you're asking me, because they're asking me, am I right? Do you have a minute? And I could explain you how you, as a forever business owner, FBO, could make more than $500 after 3 months of investing some time. Or if I show you an opportunity that can give you after 3 months $500 per month or more, there's a high risk they will say yes. But there is thousands of people every day in the shopping mall. You know, you can get so busy in the shopping mall that you can even climb to diamond just working around in the shopping mall, asking people about the time. This is the cold market, the cold context, and I do love it. You can imagine me sitting on the yacht with 6,000 people passing every hour. I'm in paradise. So, you can use it also in an elevator. New York, you're from New York? Christian?
Yeah. Yes.
Have a lot of, the sun is never shining there. The buildings are so tall, you're always in shade. So this is a perfect place. Go to one of the towers. I live in Dubai. We have endless of towers. I had an apartment in 67th floor. That's 300 meters up. And the elevators there are really cool, because when you live on the top floor, you meet a lot of people on your way. So I take the elevator. It could be in a hotel too. No worries. And whoever I meet, I will ask them very polite, are you from here? This will be my pitch. Excuse me, but are you living in this city? So now I'm in New York or in Dubai, it doesn't really matter. Are you living in this city? And the lady will say, no. I'll say, where are you from? I know I need to get an appointment before it says bling. I need to have my 1 minute presentation. This was what I'm doing here in the elevator. I'm not really going anywhere. I'm just going in the elevator to get some appointment here. So, and she will say, no, I'm from London. I'll say, wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Are you really from London? And she will say, why? Say, I'm expanding my business in London. you anyone there who's open-minded for business, earning some hundreds or rands? That was from South Africa. Yeah, okay, some some $100 per month or more in leisure time, or thousands in full time. Do you know any that you could recommend me so I could expand my business in London? So coincidentally, you're from London. I can't believe it. And she'll say, oh, sorry. She'll maybe say, how about me? I'm interested. Said, do you have a minute? Yeah, okay. So when it says bling, we go out. I take my 1 minute pitch. She say no. I say thank you. I go down in the elevator. The next one I will meet, maybe he's from Mexico City. Who knows? And I will say, wow, I can't believe it. Are you from Mexico City? How cool is that? Why? Because I'm expanding my business in Mexico City. If they are from Brooklyn, I'm expanding my business in Brooklyn. Yeah, are they from the neighborhood? I'm expanding my business in the neighborhood. Are they from downstairs? I'm expanding my business downstairs. I don't care where they're from. I'm always expanding my business. Are you understanding? So with the 1 minute presentation, I could actually be a diamond just going up and down in elevators the entire day. I don't need to move. There's no excuses. There's people everywhere. If I know every 20 is a 5%, cool. Then let me work on that. Every 20 I met, I can take 20 trips in the elevator just to get one good one. Fine, I will do that. But to spend 2 hours presenting the business, moving around or with flyers or whatever, is too slow, man. Go and talk to people. So how do you become GLT and Diamond and level 3 qualifier? Talk to people. You want to move faster, talk to more. You want to speed it up, totally bring in the new generation and let them work on the digital side and do what you're good at, or do both. If you can do both, you're super lucky. I built the business only old school. So if you can do both and bring in the digital, you're on double speed. When I talk with Boris, who have 1 million followers, I gave him a flyer because I'm born with flyers, so printed flyers. I said, Boris, go out in the street here in Portobanos, spread some flyers. He said, no, I need only one. No, we need to be serious here. You take at least 500. He said, no, I need only one. I said, you're going to do this with one? Yes, I can spread it to 1 million followers. How many flyers can you spread, Kim? Okay, I became quiet. I got it. So I feel stupid with my flyer now. But anyway, I love to do it because I get to talk to people. You don't get to talk to people when it's digital. So, but I have, these guys could be the coming number one. We don't know. So do both. As you know, the power of will is the power of love. And this is my final slide. And now I will stop sharing my screen and you are welcome to do some questions. Let me see. Yes. Stop sharing. Cool. Here I am. Okay. I think we talk about, I should only talk 1 hour. I hope I'm not taking too much of your time now, but here it's getting 2 o'clock in the night, so don't feel sorry. So when I start talking, I can't stop again. So, but anyway, I'm still here. I hope you're still here. I can see 101 is participating.
Yes.
You didn't run away yet. So anyway, any questions? You're welcome.
Wow. Thank you so much, Kim. My goodness, this is a gold mine. This is a gold mine. And I know one of the other questions that we had before, Martha was talking about planning for chairman bonus. So I want to put it out there as we're taking a question. we got some from your presentation, but if you can come back and talk a little bit about planning for chairman bonus, that would be a great as well.
Now you might be surprised, but I'm I'm super bad in planning. I'm super bad in following systems or making systems. I'm probably the only world top leader who don't have a system. And if anyone was recruited me and telling me I have to follow this system, I was not be sitting here today because I would not join. But this is because of my personality. I was bad in school. I was not following or not. If something is boring for me, I cannot concentrate. So as I have a blue personality, I should. So I'm not saying system is good, because those who love system, they follow systems. But I'm not a robot. I'm not a zombie. I'm just a normal human being. I just love talking to people. And this is my system, is talk to people, because I have realized as more people I talk to, as more successful I get. There is no other way of getting success. You cannot read books to success. You cannot read books how to qualify chairman bonus. Yes, you can read the policy. You know, you need to do 700 cases, 150 new. You need to have a car program. All this is in the policy. I don't need to tell you. But it's not enough to read it. You have to do it. And the way to do it is to talk to people. There is no other way. Yes, you can do it now by sharing digital e-commerce, all this. I cannot really talk a lot about it because we didn't have it a long time enough so I can see the result. We only got it in Scandinavia 1 month ago.
What?
The e-commerce. You have been having for long, but from
the
us,
link.
the link builder.
Okay.
Or the direct or the drop shipping. So, but more and more countries are rolling out on it, so it's moving forward. So, chairman bonus, you need to spot who is your 600 qualifier. The 600 qualifier is also your eagle, who will go for eagle. And the eagle can also spot another 600 qualifier to show how to go eagle, and they will qualify. So you need that, but to do level 2, you need 3 of different lines doing also chairman bonus. And this is where we talk about more money, much more money. Level 3, you need 6 lines. So on top of yourself, you need 6 leaders to do level 3. This is tough. That's also why few doing it. But start qualifying eagle and then qualifying yourself as chairman bonus. To plan for it, you need to know the qualification and divide it with 12 and try to do the average and try to beat the average. That's my advice. So
Thank you. It is hard to reach level 3. It is hard because you got to have 6 chairman's bonus qualifier plus what I notice. The biggest the hardest thing is for these managers first line to get their managers with 600 cc's. Like this is the weak part for us. Like the first line is very strong, but the second line with 600, this is what we are lacking.
Yeah, and you have to be careful, because if you build up managers too fast because you want to be senior, you want to be this, you want to be that, don't race for the pin. It's not worth it. Race for the chairman bonus and the eagle. This is where the money is. And if you race for the pin, you risk building up the manager lines before they even matured as a manager. So you do 37 cases in average in 4 months, you have a 150 case manager in 4 months, but they kill all your non-manager business. So just be careful. Don't push. Make it grow naturally, organic. And build more lines. Don't work in only one line. That's a killer. So, yeah.
So how many people do you talk to every day? How many people do you ask?
I don't
I
know. I don't know.
So
I
you
don't
are
know.
very successful.
Just,
You are
you can ask my family. They're going crazy when they're with me because they're always waiting for me. Daddy's talking. Okay.
so you are very successful, and you still talk to people.
Of course. It's not work. It's fun. It's lifestyle. It's natural. When you have done it for so many years, you don't think about it. All the time I've been traveling with Rex, I can imagine we've been like the children waiting for him. He was always late in the bus. We had a joke. We said, when Rex is on the bus, we can go because then everyone is here. But then he was talking to the receptionist. Then he was talking to the valet guy or whatever. He was always talking. So,
can you tell us a little bit more about Rex? Because most of the things.
We have some people raise hand. Let's start taking question one by one.
All right, let's take question.
So if you have a question, you just raise your hand, your digital hand, and we're gonna give you the mic. And I saw Kabore Suleiman. We'll start with Kabore, then Ramon, then Patricia. Anybody have question, just make sure you raise your hand. If you can do the digital, you can open your video and shake your hand. We can see that too. Yeah, Kabore Suleiman, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach Christian. Thank you, Kim. I have a question for him. What advice should you provide to the young generation that they can have this motivation to do this business?
I show them, you know, I always share the video with Aiden. That's a 6-minute business presentation. That's the first thing I share. If they're still interested and they want to join the business, I send them the marketing plan. Bill Lewis has done a 20 minutes, very good explanation on the marketing plan. It's on YouTube. So I make sure they always take a step. You know, I don't take the first step. They take the first step. I follow them. They go. And then when you talk about the young generation, you need to put some carrots. You need to show them the big picture. Because they're quite spoiled, many of them. But you need to find their why, what do they want. And all youth today, you know, it doesn't really matter who, they're thinking more about getting a business than career. They do the career as a temporary thing until they find what business they want to join. If you check on Google who's looking for business, you will see hundreds of millions of Google search. So that's one thing. For the young generation, don't talk about home parties or product launch or any old school, being on expos or anything. They don't. It's a turn off. They don't join. Talk about the digital, that they can work from their smartphone. This is what they do.
Thank you so much. We're gonna go to Ramon.
Thank you. Thank you, Kim, for being here, share your experience with us. I'll try to be short on my questions because I have several questions, but I'll try to be short. You said you started with Herbalife before switching to Forever Living. What happened? I mean, how you get in contact with Forever Living for the first time? I know some people went in that business because they were looking for, they were trying to get their health issue solved, and they learned that, oh, you can make money from it. or some people just got in because of the business opportunity. So how did you move from Herbalife to Forever? The
You know,
second-
if I can take
Okay.
one by one, so remember.
Okay. Yeah.
Herbalife, I have all my respect for Herbalife. This was my primary school. This is where I learned the ABC. I'm in my university now here in Fairway, and I will learn rest of my life here. But in Herbalife, it was just not me. I was successful. I was a qualifying millionaire team, but I didn't see my team make money. I didn't have the right feeling. There's a big difference to be in the company where it's owned by shareholders or when it's private owned. We are not, you know, Rex always says people before money. In shareholding companies is money before people, and you're part of an Excel sheet. That's all. So for me, I don't recruit from other MLM companies. I don't need to, and I don't want to. But sometimes they ask me if they can join. I say, fine for me. But I'm not the one who's aggressively going to other companies. It's ethically not correct. But they will find me. We are in a small country. Denmark is only 6 million people, so they know me. So, and in the industry in Scandinavia, I'm the one who ever have earned most money in this industry, in the history of our country. So they know me. So yeah, so they will find me. Also,
the question he was asking, how did you first learn about Forever Living, or how did you get introduced?
But that was a coincidence. That was someone who invited me for coffee, and she had another agenda. And that was my sponsor. So I had no idea what she was inviting me for. But at that time, I was just in a company that just went bankrupt, so it was a good timing for me. But I had some, you know, questions, of course, but based on my experience. But I just did it, and it went fast. I loved it. So, it's a coincidence. Someone who did her job and do some phone calls, and I was on her name lists. So she died, unfortunately, 21 years ago of cancer. And you can imagine ever since her 3 kids has inherited it. Rix or Forever Living has been paying them ever since she died from the business she created that time.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you're not only building your own business, you're building your heritage.
Right. Thank you. My second part or my second question would be, you said you didn't have education. Assuming that you study, what will be the field you wanna work in other than being FBO? And then the second part of that, do you think not having education helped you succeed in those kind of business?
You can imagine the discussion I have with my son, who's 25. Daddy, why should I do my homework? Daddy, why should I go to college? Daddy, can I not succeed without education? You know, how that he can corner me because he's smart. So it will be a double moral if I say, but I want people to understand education, especially in this world, is it's a basic thing. You have, I'm really, it has, in my business, you can imagine with all these people, there's any kind of background, any kind of education. Education is also to prove that you did something. you qualified, you fulfilled something, you made something. So I'm a big speaker of education for sure, but I'm also a big speaker of entrepreneurship and believe in your dreams, work for yourself, be your own boss, and like this. So it doesn't matter which background you have, education or not. It's all about mindset.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're gonna move to Albertine. Oh no, Patricia first. Patricia.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kim. And we do appreciate you taking time off for this sharing. It's very powerful. I have a few questions, but I just want to ask this one first because I want to give everybody else a chance to. You become a manager only 18 days after you started the business. So I just want to ask, like, how many people did you recruit? How fast did you move? And how, from how many doors did you have to knock? Because you say you were going like talking from person to person and all that, and only in 18 days. And how many downlines did you have then?
I don't know, because at that time we were not online, so we don't know. We get a letter from US about 7, 8 in the month, and we get all our recap in papers, and I have never been sitting counting, still not. So, I just look at the bottom line, what am I paid, and then I'm busy moving forward. I don't analyze a lot, but in that time, you know, I called people I knew from, I had my name list, as we do. And then those I went to ask for referrals, asked them to recommend someone, and I moved on to the next one and the next one and the next one. And if someone joined, I asked them to invite friends in their home, in their living room, and we present the business in their living room. They again invited friends. This was, remember, before the digital, before Facebook. And hardly on internet, but so that's what I did. Me, as I'm totally an amateur, I don't analyze, I'm very disorganized. I just move on. If there's a mountain, I don't climb it, I pass through it with no fear. I'm just forward. I know that it's the company has the best products. I know it's ethically correct. I know this is the best opportunity in the world. So what should stop me talk to people? You know, and I can guarantee you, a lot of the people who is my leaders today, they are appreciating every time I meet them. I gave them this opportunity 24 years ago and 20 or how many years ago. And there's a lot of people who regret they didn't join me. So yes, move on, just talk to people. Don't read too many books, I warn you. It doesn't help you.
You're talking to some people, they're gonna be happy.
No, I can give you a very scary example. There was an author who wrote a book about me in Denmark, a very famous author. And he spent 9 months and interviewed 60 people from my childhood and up to make a biography about me. It was out of my hands. I cannot stop him or whatever, but anyway, he did that and he finished the book. And it took me 1 year to read the book about myself. Now what happens is I bring it to the airplane because I fly a lot, and this is the best place I could read a book. But as the guys beside me, they could see it was my photo on the book. They start asking me questions. I put the book down and I start presenting the business, and so it took me long. So, but also there was a lot of photos in it. If it was not so many photos, it took me even longer to read it. And it was so embarrassing every time he called me. If I read the book, yeah, I'm on it, I'm on it. So, I'm not really good in books, I have to be honest. But I don't say it's wrong. I love to listen to Jim Rohn or in my car or Sid Ziglar. I have a couple of, especially these two, I really love listening to. Or
Cassette,
Big-
right?
oh, yeah,
Back in the day, it used to be cassettes.
yeah, now I have it. I still have it, the CDs, but now I put it digital, so I have it in my AirPods. But Tom Schreider, Big Al, I like him a lot. He's the one teaching the 1 minute presentation, the magic of colors, rejection tree approaches like this. If you go on fortunenow.com, you can follow all Big Al. He's super, super good. Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar, of course, yeah. So, but reading books, I fall to sleep. I have to be honest. I'm not good at it. Maybe it's some trauma from school. I'm not really sure. But
good. I have a question in the chat here from Iwona. He said, when you do presentation, do you always talk about how much money you make?
no, never. Never. It's not relevant. So if I do this, I will be a bad copy for my team also. So it's not about how much. This business is not about how much money. People know. They know. They can see. They know that you're doing good. You don't. You know, successful people. They don't have to show. People know it. And I think it's our nature. We follow leaders. So and I have no fear. I don't, you know, you can follow me or not, I don't care. So it's your problem, not mine. But remember, when we meet 1 year later, remember we were sitting here, and you'll remember when I drive the nice car and live the life that you're dreaming about. Remember, you had the opportunity. So because the fear of losing is a great motivation for everyone. So so I'll play with that, but yeah, that's my reply.
Right, thank you so much. We're gonna move to Albertine Nana.
Thank you, Coach, for the mic. Thank you, Kim, for this presentation. I didn't want to raise my hand, but I had to do because I'm working on my public speaking, which was the reason why I joined this group this year. My question is about the next step after the 1 minute speech. What is a good tips that you can give for someone who really scared of talking to people?
Oh, but you can take Rolf Kiep. He's #1 in the world. He's very uncomfortable on stage. He don't like it, and he's #1 in the world. So it's not it's about doing what you're good at. He's a very good strategic. He's super in strategy. He's super organized. He's very, very intelligent and smart, and a really, really good leader. But he put people on stage. You don't need to be on stage. So it's not. It's about building the team. You know, if you want to know the key of my success is that I'm really good in recruiting people who's more competent than I am, who's better than me. As more people I have around me who's better than me, as stronger I get. So I'm a good speaker because I love speaking, and I have no fear, and I want to share. But if you go to the strangefinder.com that made by Gallup, it's a cool tool where you can do a test to find your strength. And if your strength is not public speaking, it will not make you better. What you have to be better in, according to the Strength Finder. Strength Finder is to be better in what you're good at, and what is your talents. So, but for going on stage to speak, it's like bungee jumping. It's just do it. go on stage, and you might feel after, when people applaud you, that I want to do it again, and I want to do it again and again and again. Most people is very uncomfortable, very nervous and very stressed, which is normal. But as more you do it, as more confident you get. So, but you don't have to be a good leader.
You say I don't have to be a good leader?
A good speaker.
Oh,
Good,
okay. Got you. All right, thank you.
Hi. Thank you, Manager Albertine. We're gonna go to, I don't know, people from global team, you can ask question too. It's been only Allo Millionaire, so we don't wanna, if you have question, feel free to raise your hand, or if you can talk, you can type in the chat. We read it.
if we could just spend 5 minutes more, because it's getting 10 minutes
late.
past school, and I have kids to bring to school tomorrow. So
I have a question, if I can. I'm sorry, I can rise. Can I?
Okay. Manager Nicomed, and then Justina, and we're gonna close out. Nico, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Coach Christian, and thank you, Diamond Kim. I'm so glad to meet you again. The first time was at Dubai on the boat this May, where I was privileged to have you on the video where you gave me some advice. So my question at this time is this. First of all, I'm really bad on retention. So my question is, what is the most important advice you will give me to get my new recruit to hit the ground and start running?
They need to have a why. Now, retention is more about getting people to keep on consuming the products and buy orders and buy products. And it's very rare to see someone who's good in retention, who's also good in recruiting. Because recruiters, they're really bad when it comes to end consumers. And those who's good retailers, they are often very bad in recruiting. So, so I just want to again underline: do what you're good at, and be better in that. If you're a good recruiter, be better in recruiting. You will find someone who will be good in retention. You'll always be disappointed if you think you can find people who see this business and do like you do. It is not. Some will be slow, some will be fast. But again, keep on talking, because you will know when you find the right people. The right people will call you excited every day with new ideas, popcorn's popping, and could we do like this, and have and try to maybe look at listen to Big Al with the magic of colors, the 4 personalities, so you don't waste too much time speaking the wrong language to the different personalities. Find out what personality is in front of you.
So in another way, when you recruit people, what do you do to them to keep them in there? What's the most important that you do with them?
I have WhatsApp groups and I have Facebook group for my team. So I try to communicate, but now imagine my team is so huge, just in Scandinavia, I have about 1,000 managers. If all of these managers just one day of my time, I have to spend 3 years doing nothing else than meeting managers. It doesn't work like that. If they want to learn from me, they come to me. Or if they're strategic because of chairman bonus, I spend time with them. But my highest priority is the new FPOs, my non-managers, the new teams. And by leading by example, my leaders can choose to follow me or not following me. They know that if they don't breathe, I don't care. I'll find a new one. So I can only lead by example. So if you keep on recruiting and be good in posting your new members of your team and welcoming everyone you're recruiting, they will see you.
Good. Thank you. We're gonna go to Justina.
Okay. Thank you for the presentation. Great tips. I wasn't be able to be here from the beginning, so I don't know if you. I'm not sure if you already talked about this, but if yes, I will watch from the beginning. And if now, could you please tell me about the influencers? I don't know how to spell it. Yeah. So if you find some people who want to share your link on the social media, right? And some of them probably doesn't want to join the forever, just share the link. So how do you pay for them? How do you know how many people from this person, from that person?
I don't pay for them. They join me or
So
they
just,
don't. Don't use
so just the join.
I'm talking about teenagers, kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if
Yes.
they want to have something for Christmas here, and it's something like iPhones or PlayStations or gamer computers or whatever the users are looking for, they have to work for it now. So I can pay half, other half, they share my link, and they make their money. Pocket money, it's about links.
They have to, but they have to join to become to forever business owner, right?
No. If they're under 18, they cannot, but they can share my link.
So how do you know if there's someone buy from this link?
They will ask me on a daily basis how much orders has been coming, how much money have I making, and like, don't
Okay.
worry, they will be in charge of that. They know that this is about the iPhone, so don't worry, they know.
Okay.
So, and if you dare not
Okay.
to tell them who's been, be careful, they're on top of you. If you are staying too much home, they get worried. Where's my iPhone? You know, so.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
So, Kim, in that way, I want to ask, with Forever, are we, since you're in the GLT, is it possible we're gonna be able to get like a 14 years old to be FBO? Because the way we're going with this digital, I see some parents, they have children, they're like, I want to get involved, and we keep telling them, you gotta wait for 18.
This is by law, it's not by policy, you know, by law, you cannot be a business owner if you are less than 18, not in my countries. So you have to be a legal adult, and that's 18 in our country, that's the limit. Because you're tax liable, your account, you have to do accounting, that, you know, there's a lot of things to do when you have your own business. So under 18, you need to share your parents' links. After 18, that's another story, you can join.
I don't know if Martha have anything else before we close out.
No, I want to say thank you, and we're gonna let Kim go because it's like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in Spain. So thank you so much, and we hope to see you very soon.
Thank you a lot, and thank you for inviting me. I look forward to see you guys soon, and keep on going.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate you.
Thanks, Kim. Very
Action-
much appreciate you.
Time now. It doesn't matter how much we learn. If we don't take action, nothing is happening.
Action is important now, yes.
That's right.
Take
Let's
action.
go and take action.
1 minute presentation, 5 times a day. Come on, go.
All right. We're ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.